Loopring. So, Loopring is a layer 2 rollup. It is for Ethereum. The idea behind this was to help basically anyone launch a DEX. And actually, to be fair, they had two good bull cycles, but obviously price is way off where it was in 2021. I still think this has a shot of breaking its previous high, but I'll explain it in a very specific scenario as to why. Now, before I get into it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. Now, these were coins that I expected were going to do really well and make a lot of money, which is obviously why I bought them. And you can see what they're all worth when I recorded my videos. And these are the highs these cryptos hit around about 16 months on, and what your profits would have been from $100 into these coins. So if you had done 100 into each, in that time you'd have made over 123 grand. Now the thing is you don't have like 16 months to get things sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now. If you're sitting on cryptos you're not happy with, or you don't own any cryptos, have a look at copymycrypto.com. This is the website that I run where I share every single coin I own with my members. So if you were to join up today, you'll see my entire portfolio. Whenever I am going to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to be buying or selling and the price that I'm going to be buying or selling at. So my members all get in and out of cryptos at the same price as me, so they make the same profit without any work at all. And if you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made, which is public record on the history of this channel. You can see their testimonials, again, public record. You can see my past successes, which again, you can verify on the history of this channel. If after doing that, you like what you see and you just want to hear more, you want to find out the cryptos I own, the ones I think are going to be the big winners of this bull cycle, like I predicted with so many of these, not least which Phantom, which went up 700 times. All you've got to do to find out about the coins I own is join up on the site. Now, Loopring. So Loopring, as I said, went through two bull cycles before this one, and did pretty well. I mean, was prior to the bull cycle really kicking off in 2017, it was at 6 cents, and it got as high as like $1.80. And in the 2021 cycle, it rocketed up. It hit $3.83. And prior to that sort of rocking up, because it did do that in the space of like a few weeks, really, it was only at 37 cents. So it did really well. And again, the reason for this, I'll talk about in a bit. Now, it's a token that's an Ethereum-based token, and it's an open protocol designed for the building of DEXs. So in 2020, we saw that the average daily trading volume of the entire crypto market fluctuated in the range of 50 to 200 million a day. Most of the trading was conducted on private, on centralized exchanges. Obviously, we are way past that now. We're seeing trading volume in the range of, like 40 to a couple hundred billion. It's a huge, huge increase. Now, Loopring was designed, like I say, to help the building of DEXs. And the reason for this is centralized exchanges themselves have some serious downsides, not least of which is you don't fully own your you don't own your cryptocurrency that's on those exchanges. So if the exchange crashes, if the exchange gets hacked, you are screwed. Now, DEXs themselves do have their own flaws. But the goal of Loopring was to combine the centralized order matching, which is actually just the way we spot trade. It's the nice way that everyone's used to on a centralized exchange, with decentralized on-chain order settlement. And this hybrid product, the aim is the best aspects of both, because on a DEX you fully own your crypto, but you can trade like you're on a centralized exchange. Now, the founders of Loopring are Daniel Wang is the main founder, who has a pretty good resume, bachelor's degree in computer science from the University of Science and Technology of China, master's degree in the same field from Arizona State University, worked with some big names as well. And since getting up and running, we've seen, and since they really launched, we've seen huge surges in DEXs. Huge surges in DEXs. There are more DEXs now than ever. And that will continue to be the case. I mean, if we just take a look at DEX volume nowadays, I mean, we're looking at billions. 8.8 billion on PancakeSwap version 3 in the last 24 hours. You know, absolutely staggering volume. And this is the thing. This is what we're going to see more of. I still think there's going to be a bigger emergence into the decentralized trading. Like I think we're going to start seeing more DEXs blasting. There's Loopring, by the way, 180,000, but again, 5 markets. So yeah, not great volume on Loopring, but again, they are a protocol that allows for the building of DEXs, and they're a zero knowledge roll-up layer 2, which basically is 100 times faster and cheaper, or can be 100 times faster and cheaper than what you would get on Ethereum. And of course, with the trading volume, it's hard to suggest for a second that we're going to see Loopring have an amazing year, right? I mean, they are a fraction of what, as an example, PancakeSwap are doing. And that's the reality, right? So there are dual investment products that you can do with Loopring. There's buy the dip products. There's the portal where you can long and short coins. It's a very straightforward marketplace. Very straightforward marketplace. Now again, here it's saying that there's been 48.9 billion in volume in the last 24 hours. So I assume, well, that will obviously be based upon the whole crypto world right now. Now, again, if Loopring's volume is that poor, it's hard to be enthused about their future. But it is worth noting that Loopring have been spoken about by Vitalik a few times. Vitalik Buterin is one of the, well, probably arguably the most influential voice in crypto at the moment. He doesn't speak very often. When he does, everyone takes notice. In 2021, he posted on his blog about layer 2 technology, and specifically cited and referenced Loopring's technology is very, very good, and we saw this big surge off the back of that. It was like very fast that we saw this kind of rise. Now, Vitalik has been speaking about how rollups must prove security before decentralizing. He was saying that, you know, a layer 2 platform should only go to a decentralized solution once they have been able to prove how low the system's failure probability is, or has fallen compared with the risks introduced by centralization. And this came in response to a separate post by Daniel Wang, who is the founder of Loopring, who said in his thread that the maturity of a system matters to its security. Because not all code is created equal. A rollup can be stage 2, but running fresh code that's never been tested under real stress. And that response kind of sounds like a little bit of a back and forth. Now, with regards to that, does that change how Vitalik is going to view Loopring? Probably not. Probably not. But I do want to kind of highlight that over the past year or couple of years, Vitalik Buterin has spoken multiple times about the need for Ethereum to be able to scale, to be the Visa of, you know, crypto, effectively, to be able to run that kind of numbers. And to do that, they might need to incorporate layer 2 technology. And when you think about the fact that he has kind of highlighted Loopring as a very good project with very good technology, if And if he's speaking about the need for Ethereum to incorporate some technology that layer 2 that already exists within layer 2s, Loopring could be the thing that he shouts out. Now, assuming they're not in a little bit of a kind of rivalry, I don't think they are, but you know, Vitalik did respond to Daniel Wang's post. But all in all, if we're going to see Vitalik talking about this, and it's a big if, this will rally again. We've seen it rally twice. It's actually had 2 bull cycles and gone from new high to new high. That doesn't happen as often as people would think. And the fact that it's happened, the fact that they still have 170,000 holders, and to be honest, you know, it is still on all the big exchanges. Now, that probably is a downside more than an upside in the sense of it isn't going to get a listing bounce, but it's doing good volume, so it doesn't look like it'll be delisted anytime soon. If Vitalik shouts it out, there is no reason this couldn't do a really significant rally, getting up to $4, even $5. But that is literally the only scenario right now that I can see that happening. I think this is quite a high risk gamble, effectively, because there just simply isn't enough from the price action combined with like the trading volume around Loopring to suggest that we're going to see a big push and a big rise in price. So to me, probably a very high risk bet, but it could pay off massively because, as I said, if Vitalik talks about it in any positive light, it will have a quick rally. And that, you know, the snowball effect of that. It only takes a huge surge in trading volume, a price rally of a couple 100%, and all of a sudden things snowball. So it might be a decent play as a low investment. But Loopring have now been around for 8 years. So they are, you know, they've been stress tested effectively. Now the goal is that they've got to grow. Now, if they grow through Ethereum, by being incorporated by Ethereum, could be very positive for them. But like I say, my view is a high risk play right now, especially when you look at the overall DEX market and the volume that all the other projects are doing. It's staggering compared to what Loopring are doing right now. But I am interested to hear what people think on this. Does anyone think Loopring is going to get, you know, end up being like a banger this year in terms of huge rises? And is there a DEX that you think is just outstanding that no one's talking about right now? Is there a DEX that you use all the time that you think is just hugely undervalued? If there is, let me know in the comments. I always read the comments, and if I see it, I will review that coin. And also, the channel's really close to 90,000 subscribers. All I need is your help to get over that threshold. I can't believe it's that close. All you've got to do is hit the subscribe button. It'll take you all of a second. It really helps the channel. And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle. If you're not happy with the coins you own, or if you don't own any cryptos, have a proper read through copymycrypto.com. It's the site I run where I share every single coin I own with my members. When I am ready to buy or sell any coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to be buying or selling, the price that I'm going to be buying or selling those coins at. So all my members get in and out of cryptos at the same price as me. They make the same profit and they have no work to do at all. On my site, you'll see some of the profits my members have made, some of my past successes, some of my members' testimonials, which are all on the history of this channel. You can verify them all. And if after reading through the site you like what you see and you want to find out the cryptos I own, the ones I think are going to be the winners of the cycle, like I predicted with so many of these, whether it was Zilliqa that did a 58x, or NKN that did a 61, or Phantom that did 677x. All you've got to do to find out about the coins I own is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.